Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. I hope this mic works better so you can hear the sound. Today is November 24th of 2023. It's Friday. It's 31 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 1 degree Celsius at 11 p.m. Today's show is Beam Me Up Scotty. Scott from Let's Do Bonsai. We're going to do one of his cuttings, a repot, but I'm going to show you how these survived 28 degrees Fahrenheit or like a minus 2C to like a minus 1C outside without any heat or anything. But one group of cuttings, I had it in a milk crate, and here's the bricks that would cover it. It's about here. I had a board on the top to keep the plants on the top, the other ones, and that would keep probably the frost from coming in, and this is the milk crate. On the other one, we had in the greenhouse, the cutting that I'm going to do on shelf 2. I had one top shelf, the middle shelf, and then the bottom. Well, it was all the way in the corner here, unheated where Scott's Jade was, but Scott's Jade was up on top. And the other Jade in the rock was on the bottom also. But it survived them cold temperatures also in good shape, because Scott's, I cut it back, and you can see it's got some dieback, but maybe it'll sprout over here, hopefully. Hopefully something will come up, Scott. I don't want to lose it, but I did love the frost on this thing. Look at the leaves. They're still frosty. I can't believe it. They look pretty good, so I'm going to put the leaf right there to remind me where to put them. Now this one was in the milk crate, and you can see it survived all that cold with no damage to it at all. And then the rock jade, look at this one. That also did a good job, and that's in lava stone, not pumice. So this one's growing good too. So I brought them in. Now here's the one that we're going to repot. Let's put this down so I don't ruin everything. Here it is right here. That was on shelf 2 and no damage to it, but you can see the tips while it was in the green in the basement for 2 days. I had to get it in because the cold was coming worse. And you can see how nice the red tips are from the sun. Now this, I know it's going to be a little top heavy, so we're going to have to cut it back. And this little one here I'm going to leave on for now, the bottom one, until I can make sure this one is going to do good. But we can always use these as cuttings. So I'm going to take my ironwood small shears and I'm going to cut the top off to right about here. And then this one right about here, because when we repot it, I don't want it to be too top heavy. So I'm going to cut it right about there. And then I'm going to let these dry so I can have more cuttings. Because we've got to keep Scott alive here. Right, Scott? What are you going to do? When you get old, you get goofed up. But here's the pot I'm going to put it in from the Dollar Tree. So it's probably it was $2 for $1, probably $2 for $1.25 now. And all these are is in the office supply section. So I drilled a hole in there with a 3/4 inch Foster bit. I made my sign because it's still fall, harvest blessings, and I put in gold the date that we're repotting it. But what I'll do is I'll spray this a little bit so it keeps it on. So I won't put it in yet. So let's take it out of its container. Take its little friend out, the rock. You can see all the cobwebs on it. So we're just gonna, I'm not gonna tease a lot of roots out of this, but this was just in perlite. And I can feel it, it's still cold, but this was in perlite. You can see all the perlite in there, and the root are real nice. So all I'm going to do, and this is real tough, so I don't want to do nothing yet. I'm just going to pot it, because this isn't a good time for the pot right now, and it's cold like you wouldn't believe. So we're going to take our soil mix of 1 part, I'll put it over here, 4 parts cactus mix, 1 part worm castings, 5 parts perlite for our fast draining mix. Let's put this down here. And we're just going to put it in like that. And then we're going to get some of our meat goose. Now you're going to say, Tom, it's a Jade, so that they probably don't need it. But hey, why not give it a shot? Give it a little bit of a boost. Maybe it can use it, maybe it can't. But what I'm going to do is just take the top and just take some of this, come down more for you so you can see it. There we go. All I'm doing is taking this top layer off. Because it's still ice cold, this root ball, still ice cold. So I don't want to do too much to it to aggravate the situation. It hasn't come out yet, but by teasing it a little bit on the bottom here, get all that mushy stuff off. That way there I can get the root out, and so it's not afraid to go back into the soil, into the new soil. I think right about there should do it, because this is going to be in an the basement is pretty good in the winter time, but sometimes it gets a little cold, but it just gets whatever light comes in through the windows. I don't do no artificial light to it. So all I'm doing is teasing the root ball so I can get the roots out. Just like that. Just teasing it. We're letting this one on. I can always cut it off later. So what I'm going to do next, and I got my paper towels back over here. I kept some. So we're going to get our meat goose and stick it in. Let's see where it's at. Here we go. Get our meat goose out. And this should help the roots to establish themselves. These beneficial bacteria, they form a symbiotic state. So all we're going to do, the meat goose is in the way, so let's put that like that. Right now I'm just going to take the meat goose and just put it around the root system. Whatever sticks, put it in the bottom. Put it on the sides. Just to get it in. Now this root ball is wet. I brought it in, I think, Wednesday. I was working like crazy trying to get some of this stuff in. Because it was still cold. And we're supposed to get snow Sunday. Maybe an inch. Maybe less, I don't know. Maybe it'll go by us, who knows. But that's the weather in Chicago. So now I'm just going to take this and put it in here. And put this in here. Just so you can get the soil into there. Get it off the leaf there. We're just going to poke it in. Use our fingers to get it in there. push it in, push it in. There, just like that. I'm going to let it dry out a little bit. Timing, we're way off. Or way off, but let's see if I can mush it over. No, I can't. Oh, that's all right. I don't want to take it out. Be it as it may. There it is. Get a little bit of our soil into the side here. A little bit over here. Just like that. Now let's see if I can tap it in more. There we go. A little dip over here. Just gonna wipe it off with our fingers. Put our ironwood tool away, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. This isn't wood, but it's good for this light stuff. I usually light shears, which I like. I got it like this. Now, if I can find what I did with my little container. Time you're losing it. Here it is. I know I put it where I wouldn't lose it. Then you forget where you put it. We're just gonna put some rock down. And since this has been its good luck charm, I'm just gonna put this rock back into the corner here. Just on the side. Something like that. We'll take our spoon and we'll just lightly put it in. Now you don't have to worry about spilling this stuff, because that's why we got trays. So just something for our fall planting. Just something to get Scott's cuttings going. And Scott, see, if Mama doesn't make it, her siblings are here and thriving. So I know that these will take the cold weather. They'll take the cold weather. So that is good. I'm going to say, Tom, Jades aren't supposed to do that. Well, they're doing it. Believe it or not. There was a TV show way back in the day. Believe it or not. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Okay. And then we'll put our sign here after I spray it to keep it dry, keep the sticker on there. And I don't think we have something to put in there. Maybe we can have a little truck for our fall weather driving by. There we go. Something's for fall. Scott's Jades, his cutting is doing good, and hopefully Mama will take off. I took all the wet soil out of there, the most I could, and then just put dry on the bottom. And I got it by the fish tank. You'll see that later. And I don't know, these foam just sticks to you. I put it by the fish tank so it gets light and some of the warmth off of it. So hopefully this one will pull through. I don't give up. Never give up. So it's Friday night. I know it's late. I hope it was dance night, so I hope you had a good dance. And time for listening to some big band music, because it's late. I got my last batch of clothes in the dryer. They should be dry pretty soon, so I'm going to take them upstairs, sit back and relax with a cup of tea and go from there. So, late night, Friday night. Take care, everybody. Enjoy a nice hot cup of tea.